You're watching Training Camp with Adam Marburger, exclusively on CBT News.
Adam Marburger here. Welcome to Training Camp, hosted exclusively on CBT News. It's a beautiful day to help a dealer enhance their F&I operations, and I'm here to do just that. Today, I want to share some best practices and some techniques on how we can utilize our service department to build a stronger relationship between F&I and service, but to increase profitability and product knowledge. So here's something that I used to do every single day at my dealership. I would get in, I'd put my things in my office, and I would immediately go back to service. I would find a new technician every single day and just have a small chit-chat session with them. What are you working on? How long is that going to take? What do you think that's going to cost? How often does this happen? I would just start to ask these questions to these technicians. And over time, by doing that, you can learn a whole heck of a lot about what's really happening back in your service department. So that's one thing, building relationships with technicians to have a different acumen on what's being serviced in your service department is a brilliant idea. Step number 2, go talk with the service writers. Ask them, hey, is there anything we can do to help you? Are there any claims issues that we can get involved in as an F&I department? Is everything good? You start to build a relationship with these service advisors. Here's what happens over time. Customers show up and sometimes they want to buy a service contract. Are they going to bring that customer to the person that talks to them every day or those that avoid them? And I think you've got the answer to that. And then the next piece to this is sit down with the service manager or the service director. Simply sit down. You do this maybe once a week. How are we doing in F&I? Are our customers happy with their products and services when they come in there? Are there any claims issues that need to be brought to my attention? Is there anything we can do to enhance what we're already doing? And I just get feedback from my service director. It makes them feel good. You know how many times F&I people go back and do this? Like hardly never. It hardly never happens. So if you want to be an elite professional and you want to build unity within the dealership and you want to bring everyone together, as an F&I person, you can do that. You can absolutely do that. Spend the time back in service getting to know your people, getting to know what is actually being worked on. You have different conversations with retail customers when you have that knowledge. And then next, we go sit in the waiting area. See, I was honored and privileged to deliver over 20,000 retail transactions in my career. You're not going to find many people that have successfully delivered over 20,000 retail transactions. I've seen it all, I've heard it all, I've smelt it all, it's been around, right? But let me tell you this, out of all of those transactions, a good chunk of those transactions were my own personal referrals. And the reason for that is I made the decision to stay at one dealership for a very long time. And by repetition, I would sit in that service department in the waiting area for about 5 to 10 minutes before I head back to my office after I left the service department and met with all my service teams. And I would just have casual conversations with folks. How you doing? What do you get in service? No kidding. Let me ask you a question. You know, if I could potentially get you in a newer model at a similar payment, would you consider driving something? Let me tell you this, as a finance person, if you can get somebody out on a demo drive before your sales manager shows up, you're going to win the day, my friends. See, we're short-sighted sometimes as F&I people. We think our job consists of inside that little box, putting a menu in front of customers and putting products together. Our job is much bigger than that. Our job is to serve, love, and help people and every single department. So I want to share something with you, and I'm going to give you a homework assignment. I'm going to give you an assignment that if you follow, you will become a completely different professional. So here's my challenge. If you're a dealer, I challenge you to have your F&I team do this. If you're a general manager, I challenge you to have your F&I team do this. If you're a sales manager, I encourage you to get with your F&I team to encourage them to do this, okay? It's the 12-week RO challenge. Starting this week, you're going to get back into service and you're going to get with your service advisor or your service director and you're going to tell them, hey, over the next 12 weeks, I'm going to get a new RO. And what I'm looking for is how did the customer pay, what went wrong, and what was the total cost. And you're simply going to collect these repair orders over the next several months. After 12 weeks, you're going to get a good snapshot of some of the repairs, the frequency, how much, and who's paying for them. If they're customer pay, warranty, or extended service contract. By having that knowledge, it gives you the ability to be in the driver's seat. When customers say no to products and services in your office, you can have a different conversation. So this 12-week RO challenge, every single F&I manager that I train, this is a non-negotiable. We do this, and we get results out of it. So for those watching Training Camp online, I challenge you to adopt this immediately and have your F&I team get involved in the 12-week RO challenge. You're going to learn a lot, but most importantly, you're going to be able to help people at a higher level. And let me just say this. Customers want to buy products. Make no mistake. They just don't want to be sold products. And if you're a professional and you know how to present your products in a professional manner and you know how to overcome an objection using common sense, logic, and servant leadership, you will be an elite black belt F&I producer. That I can promise you. Again, thanks for spending some time here today with me in Training Camp. Come back and see us real soon, exclusively here on CBT News.
Thanks for watching Training Camp with Adam Marburger, exclusively on CBT News.